TV soap news and spoilers say that a tale of vengeance and secrets in Beyond the Gates in the sultry, neon-lit underbelly of 1970s Chicago, where dreams were forged in the crucible of hardship and ambition, the Articulates rose like a phoenix from the ashes of the Cabrini Green housing projects. This girl group, with their soulful harmonies and electrifying stage presence, became a beacon of hope for a community steeped in struggle. At the heart of their story was Barbara, a visionary with a voice that could pierce the heavens and a spirit that bound the group together. But behind the glitz and glamour lies a tragedy so profound it threatens to unravel the very fabric of their legacy, a tragedy that now casts a long shadow over the enigmatic Madison and her mysterious connection to the Dupree household in Beyond the Gates. Barbara was no ordinary talent. Born and raised in the gritty heart of Chicago's Cabrini Green, she was a dreamer with an unshakable resolve to transcend her circumstances. With a voice that wove together raw emotion and unyielding strength, she founded the Articulates, naming them after the articulate passion she poured into their music. Alongside her sisters in arms, Anita, Denise, and Lorraine, Barbara crafted a sound that blended soul, gospel, and the burgeoning rhythms of disco, capturing the zeitgeist of a generation yearning for change. The Articulates were more than a musical act, they were a movement. From local talent shows in smoky community halls to electrifying performances at civil rights marches in Washington, D.C., they commanded attention. Their music became a rallying cry, their lyrics a mirror to the struggles of their people. Political figures and music executives took notice, and soon, the Articulates were poised on the cusp of stardom. Barbara, the emotional glue of the group, was their guiding star, her vision, her heart, her unrelenting drive propelling them toward greatness. But the road to fame is rarely kind to those who shine brightest. As the Articulates soared, cracks began to form beneath the surface. Jealousies, rivalries, and the relentless pressure of the music industry strained their sisterhood. Barbara, once the heartbeat of the group, found herself sidelined. Whispers of betrayal swirled as Dante Green, the group's charismatic but cunning manager, began to favor Anita, grooming her for a solo career that would eclipse the Articulates' collective dream. Barbara, the architect of their success, was left in the shadows, her contributions erased, her voice silenced. The final blow came when the Articulates disbanded, their unity shattered by ambition and deceit. Barbara, abandoned by the sisters she had loved like family, retreated into a world of despair. The woman who had once lit up stages with her radiant smile was now consumed by isolation and grief. In a letter penned in her darkest hour, Barbara poured out her anguish. "If you're reading this, sister, I've left this world for what I hope is a better place, and that's because of you." The words, raw and haunting, were a final indictment of the betrayal that had broken her spirit. Barbara took her own life, leaving behind a void that the Articulates could never fill. The group, devastated by her loss, announced a hiatus to grieve. But the hiatus became permanent, as the weight of guilt and sorrow proved too heavy to bear. Anita, now a rising solo star under Dante's guidance, carried the burden of Barbara's death like a shadow. In an act of quiet atonement, she anonymously sent a substantial sum of money to Barbara's family. An amount equivalent to what Barbara would have earned had she remained in the group. But money could not mend the wounds of a family torn apart by loss, nor could it erase the questions that lingered. Was Barbara's death truly a suicide, or was there something more sinister at play? Decades later, the echoes of Barbara's tragedy reverberate in the opulent halls of the Dupree household, where Beyond the Gates unfolds its gripping saga. Enter Madison, a young woman whose striking resemblance to Barbara raises eyebrows and suspicions. With her sharp wit, magnetic charm, and an uncanny familiarity with the Articulates' history, Madison has woven herself into the lives of the Dupree family, particularly Chelsea, Anita's daughter. But is Madison's presence a mere coincidence, or is she a specter from the past, driven by a thirst for vengeance? Speculation swirls that Madison is Barbara's daughter, a secret heir to a legacy of pain and betrayal. Her sudden appearance in Chelsea's orbit, coupled with her calculated pursuit of a romantic relationship, suggests a motive far darker than love. Could Madison be orchestrating a meticulous plan to infiltrate the Dumpre household, probing for truths buried in the ashes of the Articulate's downfall? Is she seeking to avenge her mother's death, holding Anita and her family accountable for the abandonment that drove Barbara to her tragic end? Madison's every move is laced with ambiguity. Her flirtations with Chelsea are both tender and calculating. Her questions about the Articulate's past too pointed to be casual. She speaks of Barbara with a reverence that borders on obsession, dropping hints of a personal connection that she never fully explains. "My mother used to sing me to sleep with Articulate songs," she tells Chelsea one evening, her eyes glinting with an emotion Chelsea can't quite place. Is it nostalgia, or something more sinister? As Madison's relationship with Chelsea deepens, the Dumpre household becomes a battleground of secrets and suspicion. Anita, now a faded star clinging to the remnants of her glory days, senses something amiss. Her guilt over Barbara's death has never faded, and Madison's presence stirs memories she'd rather forget. Late at night, Anita pores over old photographs of the Articulates, her fingers trembling as she traces Barbara's face. "She's back," Anita whispers to herself, though whether she means Barbara or her daughter, she cannot say. Meanwhile, Dante Green, now a shadowy figure pulling strings from behind the scenes, watches Madison with a predator's instinct. He knows more than he lets on. About Barbara, about the Articulates, about the secrets that could destroy them all. His cryptic warnings to Anita, "Keep an eye on that girl, she's trouble," only deepen the mystery. Does Dante know Madison's true identity? And if so, what is he hiding? The tension escalates as Madison's probing intensifies. She begins to ask Chelsea about her mother's past, her questions veiled as curiosity but sharp as a blade. What was it like, growing up with a legend? She asks, her smile disarming but her gaze piercing. Chelsea, caught in Madison's spell, begins to share fragments of her mother's history, unaware that each revelation brings Madison closer to her goal, if indeed her goal is revenge. As Beyond the Gates hurtles toward its next chapter, the question looms: is Madison truly Barbara's daughter, or is she a master manipulator weaving a web of deception for reasons yet unknown? The possibility of vengeance hangs heavy in the air, a storm brewing on the horizon. If Madison is Barbara's heir, her quest for justice could tear the Dumpre family apart, exposing secrets that have been buried for decades. But if she is something else entirely, a con artist, an opportunist, or even a pawn in a larger game, the stakes are even higher. The Articulate's legacy, once a symbol of hope and unity, now casts a dark shadow over Beyond the Gates. Barbara's tragedy, a wound that never healed, threatens to consume those who betrayed her, and those who loved her. Madison, with her enigmatic smile and hidden motives, holds the key to unraveling this saga. Will she bring justice for her mother, or will she ignite a fire that burns them all? Tune in to Beyond the Gates to witness the drama unfold, as secrets are unearthed, loyalties are tested, and the ghosts of the past demand their reckoning. One thing is certain. Madison's story is far from over, and the truth will come at a cost. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. TV soap news and spoilers for more updates on Beyond the Gates.